It's the Flow Friday Night Sports Show, and we're heading west now to the Eyre Peninsula to find out what's been going on there in Eastern Eyre and Great Flinders netball. Jo Franklin, the queen of Eyre Peninsula netball, joins me on the line. How are you, Jo?
I'm doing really well, thanks, Jason. Yourself?
I'm going beautifully, thank you.
Awesome.
Now,
Awesome.
let's get straight into Central Eyre United. We're going to start with Eastern Eyre. They took on the all-conquering Eastern Rangers, who beat them in the A grade fairly comfortably in the end, 46-20. But just looking across some of the other results for the day, I think Central Eyre United have had a pretty successful day.
Yeah, I certainly think they did. And look, their A grade's a young side, very inexperienced, as in playing together. It's going to take them a little while to gel. And Beth, of course, taking on the role, and a new coach, and it's never easy. And we mentioned last week about how many different clubs the girls have come from, and how many different associations. And so it is going to take them just a little while, but they certainly do have some strengths in some of their and C2s and C3s. And a couple of their junior sides, they're going to only get better as well. So, yeah, I think they had a relatively successful day, and they certainly enjoyed the competition of the day, and they certainly enjoyed the camaraderie, I suppose you would say, that was offered to them on the day. So, yeah, look, and Eastern Rangers, a very good side. They, once again, will be the ones to beat in Eastern here, I would think.
Yeah, it looks that way. Across the board, they only had the one win on the day, Central Eyre, and that was in the E2s. Yep. They had a solid win there. But what they did do is they had a draw in the C grade, and they drew a grand final crowd to Rudall, from what we're told. A ridiculous figure through the gate. So, obviously, the interest levels have peaked.
Oh, absolutely. And, people are just thriving. They just really want to get out and see some sport. And that was very evident all grounds last Saturday. Just absolutely overrun. There was not a ground that hosted a game that it wasn't packed out. It was just amazing. In fact, along the line, I think we heard that 350 meals were served out up at Wirrala.
Yeah.
So, and similar numbers around about the other home grounds. So, yeah, it's just amazing. But, yeah, look, Central Eyre, they will certainly grow. They will grow. There's no doubt about that. They will they'll get their act together, so to speak, and definitely be competitive as the season goes along. And just the fact that they're able to field as many teams as what they are, and help the Eastern Eyre competition with numbers is just fantastic.
Let's move down to Great Flinders netball now, and Elliston Western Districts, or Elliston Districts as we're calling them this year, the combined unit. They took on Tumby Bay, their first game in Great Flinders netball against the reigning 2019 premiers. And we got what we thought we were going to get out of this one, an Elliston Districts clean sweep of the senior grades, including a 43-28 goal win in the A grade. Yeah,
absolutely a clean sweep. And they certainly did very well. Very tall. They are actually a very tall side. And Tumby really struggled with that. Also, the fact that Tumby are putting together a whole new look side, several missing from their premiership side. And so they really did struggle a little bit at times, just with their combinations and just knowing where each other are. Surprisingly, Elliston, who Kate says still have lots to work on, actually looked like they had spent a bit more time together and really did look the goods, and are going to be very tough. There's no question about that.
Well, to be honest, Jo, they've spent the last 5 or 6 seasons scouting each other, so they should know how each other plays.
Oh, absolutely. And, like Kate said, they've got plenty to work with. But certainly they were very strong in all of the grades, senior grades down in Tumby. But they were grateful for the warm welcome that they got, and a huge crowd, just a huge crowd that attended the day as well. So all goes well there, I think. And as we'll get to later, they actually will host their first home game this week.
They will, and good on the Red and Whites. Fantastic performance from the girls on the day. All right, Joe, let's move on and have a look at who Elliston Districts have waiting for them this weekend. And I'll tell you what, the EP Netball Academy coaches might just want to get up and watch this because it's like an intra-academy trial game, this one. Elliston Districts taking on Cummins Kapini Cougars. You won't see many more high-standard games of netball on the EP than this one.
No, you will not. You will not. Matchups all over, like unbelievable. If you actually think about the fact that in the Cougars side, in the defence end, you've got BJ Moroney, who will be standing a Elliston Districts, a debutant, 13 years old, young Adele Shepherd. She has been training with them for a little while. She turns 14 next week. Unfortunately for them, Kate Lowby is missing at a wedding this week. So Adele's going to get her chance, and I'm sure she'll grab it and run with it. So that will be a really interesting matchup there. Zali Newton will be in goals with Adele, so that will be good for her because Zali, a renowned goaler, so that will be good in there. And the matchup through the centre courts, Morgan McDonald, Jet Green, Caitlin Jacobs and Lily Matner, the Cougars along against Lorena Heberman, Charlie Manane and Zoe Phelps. There will be nobody taking a backward step through there. It will be on. It will be on. And then, you've got in the goals, you've got young Hannah Green is going to match up with work with Ella Wedd. She tells me she's getting older and a little bit slower, so she's now got to do the goal shooter's role, but she certainly is more than capable of doing that. And Natasha Paul and Kelsey Hull will take on the job of trying to negate those two goalers. So it is just going to be a tough, tight contest, and absolutely whoever is going to be picking the EP senior side for next year will want to watch that game.
Joe, as you know, from shows past in different settings from years gone by, I've got a problem here because Western Districts were my team in Midwest and Cougars were my team in Great Flinders. So, in fact, there's some rather incriminating photos of me getting around in a Cougars netball. Yeah, we won't talk too much about that anymore.
No, we won't do that, no.
I don't know who to tip here. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to go with my Cougars girls.
Oh, yeah. Look, I just reckon at the moment they've probably just got they're just a little bit more settled, know each other's game a little bit better, and I just think that might get them over the line. Mind you, they've got to travel to Elliston hosting their very first Great Flinders game, and we know that they do very well on their home court, but I reckon there'll be one or two goals in it.
It should be a beauty. Cracking round of matches in Eyre Peninsula Netball, Great Flinders and Eastern Eyre. Joe, enjoy it. Enjoy Anzac Day. Thanks for joining us on the Flow Friday Night Sports Show.
No worries. Thanks, Jason. Have a great weekend.